Hello everyone, back with an IRS tax refund update. On today's episode, we will recap the latest when it comes to those refund delays many of you continue to experience, including some of those notices the IRS is sending out to impacted taxpayers as they wait for those refunds stretch into another week. Meanwhile, for those of you attempting to call the IRS, we're going to recap a move by them, which is going to make it even more difficult to reach someone by phone for assistance, and we'll check in on some of those comments and questions you have been posting. Now, as those delays continue on for many of you who are among the millions still waiting on those refunds, we continue to see a lack of official updates coming out of the IRS and almost no coverage on the topic. The inexcusable delays continue to impact those electronic filers who have seen no updates since filing, and especially those of you who filed paper who are looking up to a 6-month processing time. At this point, there's just no reasonable excuse for why you all are continuing to wait for those legitimate tax refunds. The most common notice taxpayers are receiving this year, and what we've seen a recent increase of, are those 60-day notices, also known as Letter 2645C, being sent out by the IRS. Now, generally, we've seen the generic notice seen on the left being sent out, but as of late, more taxpayers are reporting receiving the modified version of the notice on the right, now indicating the IRS is waiting for tax information to be available on their computer system. This is often being sent out because the IRS has still not processed your wage information from your employer. And as we reported before, in a number of cases, your employers are being unfairly blamed for not filing their tax returns, which is causing your refund delays. Again, this is where the blame for those delays is being shifted elsewhere. And in a clear majority of cases, your employers have in fact submitted all appropriate payroll tax information to the IRS. Meanwhile, the need to complete identity verification continues to impact a significant number of taxpayers this year. If you're among that impacted group, you are supposed to receive the 5071C letter as seen here, but not all of those who are due to receive this letter are in fact getting it, which is causing further delays. Though the USPS does experience service issues, the amount of people being told the letter was lost in the mail does not quite add up and does raise a question of whether or not all of those letters are being sent out. For those of you who have claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit and or Child Tax Credit on your 2021 tax returns, you may have already or can expect to receive the CP75 notice as seen here, which is requiring you to submit documentation proving your dependents, such as a birth certificate, or school records showing the address where they live matches yours. It should be noted that tax filers claiming EITC or CTC for the first time are not the only ones being impacted by this, but there are reports of those who have claimed these credits for years all of a sudden are now receiving this notice. Again, this is just another example of a move that should be done in the tax filing off-season, and something that unfortunately is going to take time and resources away from those who are waiting on their refunds, even if they're not claiming either one of these credits. For those of you attempting to contact the IRS by phone about your ongoing issues, the likelihood of reaching anyone is going to be increasingly difficult. At best, the IRS is answering just 20% of phone calls received, and to make matters worse, IRS phone representatives are being taken off the phones and assigned to tax processing responsibilities because of how bad the backlog is. So for many of you, this is not going to be a viable solution. Meanwhile, checking on some of those comments, one user who filed their taxes back in March and is still showing no info found on their refund status results page asks, could the delay be a result of claiming the stimulus credit they did not receive? The answer is yes, especially if you did not receive it, but the IRS is showing in fact you did. The way to check is by checking those tax transcripts and seeing if there's any tax relief credit issued in 2021. Usually it will appear with a 766 code. Monica writes she's been waiting on that refund since January 24th. And again, this shows you how long people have been waiting for those refunds with no updates or clarification by the IRS. Let us know in the comments section below what problem you're currently experiencing. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.